Ooh, tempers flared, didn't they? Between Raheem Sterling and Joe Gomez, not only at Anfield, but it spilled into the England camp. And now we've got Raheem Sterling, who Gareth Southgate has admitted was the aggressor. He's been dropped for the Montenegro game ahead of the final match against Kosovo.
Well, it didn't look too bad. I mean, he came off the bench, Gomez, as Klopp tried to tighten it up at the end, and you know, City were losing, and Raheem Sterling was playing down that left side, Liverpool's right, and he was giving Trent Alexander-Arnold a hard time in one-on-one because of his pace. I mean, he's got such a change of pace. So they showed it up. He came on. There was a little tit for tat. You can see the picture here. Somebody brought a lip reader in, one of the newspapers, and as you'd expect, it was not very complimentary what Raheem Sterling was saying to Joe Gomez. However, it's kind of all part of the daily business of sport, and any sport. And I'm surprised it has spilled over into the England camp, but I suppose when you meet up so soon after a game, and apparently he was one of the first ones to get to, is it St George's Park in Burton Albion, where the New England training camp is, and he was one of the first ones to get there, and then he comes in, and
the banter,
it kicks off. Now, you know, what I would say is, having played, you know, just under 50 times for my country, is you go away and you're not always going to get on with everybody. You know, there's probably a squad of 22 to 24 players, physios, everybody else, and there's going to be people that you like and people that you dislike and people that you've had run-ins with. To give you an example, it's not so much run-ins, but you know, my time at Celtic when I left Chelsea to go there was a big rivalry with Rangers. Now, it's hard to put that to the side when you meet up, but you've got to try and do that. And there are other people that from different clubs you just think, well, I don't like him. He's not the same personality as me, or he talks to the manager too much, or you know, he does this, that, and the next thing. That's fine. That's normal. You get that, and you just sort of stay away from it. But what you cannot do, and the allegations is that he was physical. And he allegedly went for Gomez, who's a bigger lad, but he went for him, for the throat or wherever. You can't have that. That's stepping across the line when you turn up for international duty. You can verbally say to somebody, listen, don't talk to me. Let's just do what we need to do. Don't talk to me, stay out of my way. We'll get on with it. But you can't be physical. Or you can be, but you should then expect it to be launched.
Yeah, so a couple of things with that. I completely understand where you're coming from when you want to sort of step over that line and be physical about it. It's much better to have a flashpoint like this and get it done with than to have the cliques, right? Where you had, you know, in the past, Manchester United players, Liverpool players sitting at separate tables and all that stuff. Well, maybe they won't be lunching together, but isn't it better to just get a little bit of that out of the way and then have the managers sit them down and say, listen, that's all unacceptable. We're here as a team. You get it all out of your system. It was only a few days ago, wasn't it?
I don't think you need to walk into a training camp and start getting aggressive with another player. You know, I just don't see that. The other thing is as well was whatever happened to just keeping things quiet.
Right.
Whatever happened? Does everybody need to know everything now? And I know it's difficult, and people will try and spell things out. But whatever happened to just saying, right, listen, we'll deal with this in here, right? And if it gets out, I'll find out, this is Southgate or the FA, I'll find out who got it out there. And you'll be out the squad as well. But I want to deal with it here. And in my opinion, he's on the halfway road here. He either should have done that, said, listen, in here, this is what we do. I don't want this getting out. Or he sends him home, fully. Right, no, I can't have that. Off you pop. I'll think about you for the next squad. See you later. I think he's sort of betwixt and between, and now it's just let it rumble for a bit. I don't know. I
was going to say, do you think it'll turn into a big deal for them, or do you think that this will sort it all out?
No, not really. I think it'll. At the end of the day, it is. Having said all that, it's a bit of a storm in a teacup, but it's going to be a media frenzy around it now, unfortunately. And that's why I wonder if you can't just keep it in house and just listen. Let's just deal with it. But it's out there, and then he's gone home, and then he's coming back, and I spoke to the players, and they said this, and I'm like. And I know Gareth will make his own, Southgate will make his own decisions, but for me it's either keep it closed or send them home.
Yeah.
That's the difference for me.
Well, maybe it's a lesson learned for everyone in the camp as to kind of when situations like this threaten to occur, this is how you deal with it in the future, i.e. don't say anything.
Yeah, and I think, you know, listen, I understand emotions, and I've been there, you know, fallen out with enough players in my time to know that. But you can't walk into a training camp and go for somebody. We just can't. You can go outside and you can have a word and say, listen, you know, let's outside, me and you, finito, you know, but we'll go about it in a professional manner. You don't have to be going in there potentially fighting or close to it. I'm sorry, but you can't. Maybe down the pub when you're playing with your 11 mates on a Sunday, you can carry that off, but not playing international football, no.
Okay, so Sterling dropped for one game. We'll see if it makes any difference. He's a starring role, of course, in this England team right now, up against Montenegro to seal qualification for Euro 2020. They've got one more match after that as well. We'll see if he returns. We'll see what that says about the whole situation with Joe Gomez. Keep it here at ESPN FC.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube, and for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app, and for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.